And just like that, Resident Evil has been shit-canned. Hey guys, welcome to another video. So I guess if you haven't heard the news, this is going to come as a shock to you. And if you have heard the news, then I'm glad you're sticking around to watch the video. But that's right. Netflix has decided to pull the plug on Resident Evil after only one season. I didn't watch the show. I chose between the Stranger Things season 4 or Resident Evil, and I chose Stranger Things. Reason being, all the Resident Evil movies kind of left me not wanting anything to do with any more Resident Evil TV shows or movies. I was done. I threw in the towel. So this, though I have no stake in the game, I can only go off of what my friends have told me. Some have liked it, a few, but the vast majority of my friends that I've talked to that watched this show said it was a steaming pile of goat shit. Take that as you will. But anyway, this article comes from Variety.com, and it says, Resident Evil canceled after one season on Netflix. The live-action Resident Evil series at Netflix has been canceled after just one season. The 8-episode first season premiered on Netflix on July 14th. The show was originally ordered to series at Netflix in 2020. The series debuted to a mixed critical response, registering just at 55% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, coupled with a 27% audience approval rating. Per the weekly Netflix top 10 rankings that the streamers issues, Resident Evil was streamed for over 72 million hours the week it debuted, which really doesn't make a damn, making it the number 2 program of the week behind only Stranger Things. It did get up to number 1, only for a little bit, not for very long. But a week behind Stranger Things season 4, and it dropped to number 3 in its second week. And yeah, it fell completely out of the top 10 by week 3. So if you fall completely out of the top 10 by week 3, you're normally kind of fucked. Resident Evil, should come to nobody's surprise, is based on the Capcom video game franchise of the same name. The show followed Jade Wesker, played by Ella Balanska. She fights for survival in a world overrun by the bloodthirsty infected and mind-shattering creatures in this absolute carnage. Jade is haunted by her past in New Raccoon City by her father, Albert Wesker, played by Lance Reddick, who I heard did a fantastic job. But no matter how good a job you do, if the show's doomed, it's doomed, right? And it says, chilling connections to the sinister Umbrella Corporation, but mostly by what happened to her sister Billy, who's played by, and I'm probably going to butcher this, Sienna Agadong. God, I hope I got that right. It says additional cast members included Tamara Smart, Adeline Rudolph, Paola Nunez, Ahad Raza Mir, Connor Gassadi, and Turlog Convery. Andrew Dabb developed the series for television and served as executive producer and showrunner as well. Mary Lee Sutton was a writer and executive producer on the show. Robert Kulzer and Oliver Burden of Constantine Films were also executive producers. So Constantine Films, this is why I didn't want to watch this. And that's because Constantine Films was the production company that was in charge of the Resident Evil film series that came out with Mila Jovovich. I loved the first one that came out in, I think, 2002. And I liked the second one. And I felt like maybe you do a third and just call it a trilogy, call it a day, pack your shit up, and that's it. But they kept going back to the well over and over and over and over again, and it was just the same repetitive shit over and over and over again. And I finally just got like, fuck this. I don't want no more to do with this. I think this is a prime example, and I heard Mr. H say this on his on when he was talking about this. If you haven't never checked out Mr. H, I know he doesn't need me to plug him. He's way bigger channel than mine, and he's like my go-to for a lot of this news. But I heard him say the same thing, and I completely agreed. Constantine Films, who owns the film rights to Resident Evil, I feel like he does, they put this shit show out, this 8-episode shit show out, as a way to hold on to their rights for the Resident Evil franchise. Because their rights were, essentially the contract was coming due. So, and plus, if you're not putting out anything, I don't know necessarily how all that works, but I guess if you don't put out anything in a certain amount of time that's based on that license that you have control of, then you essentially lose control of that license. So I'm guessing this is a case of that. It's just a shame because now you've tarnished it, essentially, so you could get your stranglehold on the rights to something. And I don't know if you ever could make a TV show on Resident Evil going forward. It would have to be a completely new production company, new show writers, and all of it. I think the trust in Constantine Films has been lost at this point, because you looking at these numbers, man, 27% on its audience approval rating, that's garbage. And I always look at that audience approval rating. As I was saying before my camera decided to cut out, when you look at Rotten Tomatoes approval ratings, you kind of have to take that with a grain of salt, because most of the time, I feel, my personal opinion is those ratings and those reviews are bought pre-launch of or pre-premiere, so I don't put much stock in that or anybody's. I normally go for you guys, the audience, for that kind of news, or scuttlebutt. But anyway, guys, yeah, I mean, if you like the show, I'm sorry, it's done, it's out of here. But maybe at some point they try again, but like I said earlier, hopefully it's with a different company that can produce the vision that we the fans want, which is, it writes itself. There's all these games and all the story that's in those games. How hard is it to take that's already been put in video game form and just bring it over to big screen, or in this case, the small screen, and give us a polished product that we can all sit and enjoy. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here, and if you would, hit that little subscribe button, that little bell over here, give us a thumbs up, and maybe even give us a comment. Tell us, how you feel about this news. Did you like the show, or did you not like the show? Are you glad, or are you not glad? Let us know. But anyway, guys, I'm getting out of here, and as always, this has been your old buddy John, and we'll see you again next time on Behind the Fiends. Ooh.